The following show is not intended for children under the age of 17. There will be foul language and adult content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Numbers in my stock is going up 'cause of my hunger. When you see me in my zone, I'm locked in, not clocked in. I'm never boxed in. When you see me in my
When I'm in my zone, I feel like I'm alone. I feel like I'm unknown to the world that's full of clones. My originality's focused on principalities broken. I'm loaning my heart and soul to the game that's scared to pay it back. And failure is a motherfucker. The strength to go on and believing in another sucker who don't see the vision in you. So you gotta work harder times two. Gotta make it do what it do with the limited sources you have. Your dream is still a find that motivation in you and inspire the world to do what you can. If you love it, then fuck it, get through it. Yeah. Mumble mentality activated. I waited for so long and burdens I've outweighed. When you see me in my
Yo, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to your favorite motherfucking Wednesday night cap. It is Gentlemen's Talk Wednesday, and we coming to you live from our respective studios. Of course, it is June 3rd, 2026. It is day 3 of Men's Mental Health Month. So you know we had to get y'all cracking. We decided this year to be a little different. So we decided to come at y'all with a two-parter. We're gonna give y'all part 1 this week. And then at the end of the month, we're going to close it out with the big panel. We're going to bring everybody on board, and we're going to make it do what it do that way. But anyway, before we get to all that fun craziness, I am still the one that they call Mr. GQ, and it's very simple. The legend is growing.
I'm the other half of your co-host. I am DJ Micah B. Y'all see the hat. Go Spurs, go. Yeah.
And they currently are up 57-48 right now with 10 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. So
that's what I like to hear.
But yeah, so I'm tired as hell. Not even gonna lie to y'all. I literally just drove in a couple hours ago. I've been in Austin, Texas for the last 2 days. If you follow me on social media, there's a better than good chance you've seen what the fuck I had going on. If you did not, then you don't understand why the tag on mine says the legend is growing. Also, if you don't play certain video games, you don't understand what it means to say that the legend is growing either. But it's okay. Just know. Like Cam Newton did when he went back to Carolina. I'm back.
Well, you know, I wish there was some kind of special kind of meaning behind the headline of "Go Spurs, go," but there isn't. Just "Go Spurs, go." You know, we want a championship. We want to get back to the promised land. I will be calling in to work if the Spurs went to go to their championship parade.
Look, and I'm gonna be there too, just because. Oh, but you know, so like I said, this is June is a very important month for this show. We're fortunate here because yes, obviously we have we got Men's Mental Health Month. We've got Father's Day, so you know we got the fatherhood thing on. Of course, you know we got Juneteenth, so we get to celebrate 3 times over in the month of June, and it makes for a good time as we slowly but surely prepare ourselves for Leo season, which is around the corner as well, where the shit talking will be real, but it's just part of how it is. There's no hard feelings. There's no hard feelings to anybody. It's how we are. Okay, if you don't like it, too fucking bad. But everybody needs a Leo friend in their life, and I firmly believe that. But we're gonna start this show off almost the same way we did last week, and we're gonna bring somebody to the front of the room. Oh man, this man ain't played a single fucking play on the NFL field last year and found his way to be back into the news. So Mr. Brandon Aiyuk, bring that ass to the front of the classroom, please. So now Brandon Aiyuk has an arrest warrant issued as of today. So this stems back to the alleged traffic violation from last year in Santa Clara, California. He committed a misdemeanor exhibition of speed somewhere around December of 2025. The arrest warrant stemmed from a video that Ayuk posted to YouTube in December. And the clip was watching him recording his dashboard of him driving over 100 miles an hour on Santa Clara roads, leaving Levi Stadium. Then, of course, he wrote on social media about apologizing, my car content won't come with speeding anymore, all the things, right? And we're just like, okay. But anyway, now another video circulated of him at a racetrack and him posting more content. And now there's a warrant out for his arrest. Brandon Ayuk is currently a member of the San Francisco 49ers. He did not play. There was rumors that he would get traded last year. And then obviously after he signed that contract, after holding out, and then San Francisco paid him all his money for him to basically not be on the field, trying to pull his best Antonio Brown impersonation right now. But sir, why are you fucking up the church's money, dog? You literally signed a contract and made generational money and decided, I'm gonna go out here and drive over 100 miles an hour. I'm just gonna go do dumb shit. And it's like, bro, what are we doing? Let me pull up his contract for reference so everybody understands. So in August of 2024, he signed a 4-year, $120 million contract extension, which included $76 million in total guarantees. Okay. So let me break this down just a little bit further because, we don't like doing math on Wednesdays around here. So let me make it simple for y'all real quick. So the total value of his contract, $120 million. His average annual salary is about $30 million. The $76 million was originally $45 million guaranteed to sign him with the additional 31. And then the 27 million in 2026 was voided because of all the fuck shit that was going on prior to that. But he still currently carries a $13.6 million cap hit this year with a $1.2 million base salary and has a $26.9 million option bonus that was voided this year due to all the fuck shit going on off the field. So let me grab my phone here because I don't do, I don't do regular math. I got to do, so I went to public school. We use calculators. So we're going to add this up real quick because that makes sense. So this man had 24. We're going to do simple numbers. So let's see, 24 and 27. Okay. So essentially this man voided $51 million out of 76 that was guaranteed. So you left $51 million on the table because you can't keep your foot off the bottom of your floorboard because you got to speed. Sir, what the fuck you got going on? You know how mad I'd be if I knew I just lost $51 million that was guaranteed money? That's wild. DJ Michael B, what are your thoughts? Victor Wembanyama is limping right now.
Oh God.
He just got subbed out, but he's favoring that left knee a little bit. But the Spurs are up 63-50 right now. But yeah, I just want to put that out there. Sorry. But yeah, so DJ Michael B, your thoughts on Mr. Ayuk?
I'm kind of perplexed right now. Because why was he issued an arrest warrant? Was it just because he was speeding and it was caught on camera?
He posted a video on social media of him speeding at a racetrack.
Okay. Yeah, so he was speeding back in December on Santa Clara roads.
Correct.
Did he get pulled over?
The Santa Clara one, yes.
Okay. So was it terms to a probation or something that he broke to get it to? Okay, see, that's what I was missing because I was like, I'm not understanding why he has an arrest warrant. Did issue the statement, social media no more, and blah blah blah. Well, lied. Have to go on Mari for that shit. Look, bro. If the terms is don't do dumb shit to keep your money, don't do dumb shit to keep your money. Stephen A. Smith says stay off the weed. Brother, don't speed. The hell is you doing?
The most is what he's doing.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he didn't think he would get in trouble because it was at a raceway, which is not a public road. It is a raceway. I mean, we did have Royal Purple where people used to go over there and race their personal vehicles and things like that.
Yeah, no, for sure. We did.
But
if still, like,
social media, staying off social media is the terms. My boy, stay off social media with this. What are you doing? What are we doing here? Like, it's not that hard not to post to social media. You can do that shit and have your friend post it. I don't know. Hell, anything. I don't. Boy, I tell you what, these superstars and of all sports, man, these boys know how to fuck up a bag worse than anybody else. It shit is stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah, for the life of me, I will never understand. But it just goes to show you still, it don't matter how much money you make or how much you get paid, you still go resort back to those previous habits. That's kind of all it is.
Rappers, we're in the streets and still want to be D-boys, and I guess athletes just want to flaunt money and try and prove they're above the law.
I don't know. It'll never truly make sense to me, but I guess it's not supposed to.
I don't think it makes sense to anybody that's not a millionaire. It probably don't make sense to most millionaires. So
yeah, no, look at that. I'm not very smart with these types of things, but you know, we all made mistakes. We just gotta let that man figure it out. I hope whatever's going on with you, sir, that you figure it out. And yeah, that's really it. I hope you figured out, because you know you are a good player. You're a damn good receiver. You should be on the field, but clearly you got some other issues going on off the field that you need to get sorted out before you can try to get back on the football field.
For whatever reason, my laptop isn't charging and it's cutting my camera off.
Oh, damn. That's crazy. It's like, that's how I'm going to save power. I'm just going to turn off your camera.
Welcome to owning a MacBook.
Yep, you're right. So let's see here. All right, so let's do what we do best. Let's go ahead and while of course, obviously, while DJ Michael B is getting everything situated with his MacBook, trying to sort its life out. I purposely made sure that I named this part one, The Man Within, because that's where I wanted to focus. I wanted to focus on the internal side of men's mental health, not the external, because we talk about the external all the time. We talk about society and the stigmas, and we talk about all the things that kind of apply outside the shell. What we don't talk about a lot is what's going on the inside. The thoughts, the feelings, the struggles. We don't talk about what eventually leads that man to have to reach out to another man or to reach out to his therapist or whatever. Like, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about the fact that, and this is without talking to a third party, but we don't talk about naming and sharing those feelings, you know, saying them out loud. That's something that I picked up on on my therapy journey. My therapist told me, is like, you say it out loud. You don't have to say it to anybody, but say it out loud so that your ears hear it and that your brain acknowledges it. So, you know, that for me has been something over the last year and a half I've been doing a lot more, is especially when I'm in a setting like this where I'm at home by myself. Well, it's me and the fucking dog, but he don't understand English anyway. He's a dummy. But
that's my boy.
Name. Hey, go eat dinner. But anyway, so that's my thing, is I say it out loud. I say it out loud, and then I sit here and I think about what I said, and I'm like, why did I say that? And excuse me. Not why did I say that, as in like, did I say something wrong? But what prompted me to say it out loud to where I needed to acknowledge it? And that's the kind of the impact of why saying it out loud makes a lot of sense. And then so with that, is that something you've ever thought about doing before, DJ Michael B, saying it out loud instead of internalizing it and allowing it to manifest and boil over?
Actually, no, I've never have. That's probably something I should do though. I do think once you say, I mean, you could internalize it and think about it all you want to, but until you actually hear yourself say it and start to speak the what do they call it? The positive affirmations.
Yes, the positive affirmations.
And then you start speaking positive affirmations to get over what you're going through. That does make sense.
Yeah. Well, because so when you do that, when you say it out loud, what you're doing is you're triggering accountability and you're triggering acceptance. So now you're having accountability because you're like, okay, you're recognizing that there's an issue of sorts, but now you're accepting it, and now you can assess the situation. Okay, why did I feel the need to say this out loud at 7:30 at night on a random Tuesday? You know, so now you start having those conversations with yourself, like, okay, how do I fix this? Versus why would I internalize this and allow this to get worse? We're at 67-61. Spurs are still up. Your boy Champagne just got a shot swatted by the sassy cat.
Y'all gotta leave that man alone.
Not, you can't, bro. Your mannerisms say otherwise, man.
Going back to what you were saying though, as far as I do believe saying it out loud will help you take accountability. It's something that most men, for whatever reason, a lot of men won't admit that they will need help, and it's a pride thing. I would say it is more than anything. Same thing with like, and I hate to say this, but same thing with like a lot of black people going to the doctor. I don't need to go to the doctor. There's nothing wrong with me.
Boy, how often did we hear that shit growing up as kids from our parents and shit? Talking about, I ain't gotta go to the doctor, I'm be all right. They just gonna tell me this, that, and the third. It's like, no, fam, like, you need to get some help.
Yeah.
You got so many problems in the community now.
You might need some milk, dog. You gotta go get that. You gotta go get that checked out. Personally, finally about 2 or 3 years ago, my dad went to the doctor for the first time in 15 to 20 years. For those of you that know my dad or don't know my dad is a pescatarian. He eats fish, veggies, and everything else that comes from the earth. He does not eat any other meat. A lot of people don't consider fish meat. Some people do. That's why there's pescatarian and there's vegetarian. He's not vegetarian, he's pescatarian. But he went to the doctor. I don't know what prompted him to go to the doctor. I don't know if he just wanted to check up or whatever. But he went, and at 58 or 59 years old, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
Damn.
And this dude has been the healthiest person I've known my whole life. Like, ever since I was like, I don't know when he stopped eating meat, but as far back as I can remember, and I'm 35 going on 36, I've never seen this man eat meat at all. The closest thing I've seen him eat to meat was fish. And with fish, he doesn't, or seafood, he doesn't eat shrimp, crab, crawfish.
Because usually your pescatarians, like their protein source, if you will, is seafood, which would include, everything you just said. He also does not
Yep.
eat on top of,
Right.
He
So
eats nothing else but fish.
so the only bottom feeder, if y'all know what bottom feeders are, the only bottom feeder he will eat is
If you know,
tuna,
you know.
and he doesn't eat fish without scales, which automatically eliminates catfish. So he'll eat salmon, kingfish, codfish. He'll eat all that, but he will not eat catfish. So that's the fish without scales is more of a religious belief. Right, Moo. Basically, no bottom feeders. Except I mean, he'll eat
I got you.
sardine.
Pescatarians basically eat salmon, tuna, trout, shrimp, crab, lobster, oysters, clams. They eat plant-based foods, so your vegetables, fruit, whole grains, nuts, seeds, beans, lentils, and peas. Eggs and dairy, which they do eat, which is interesting because they don't eat red meat, but they still consume.
He don't. He
Well, I'm
don't
saying
eat eggs. Yeah.
Pescatarians in general. Obviously, they avoid beef, pork, lamb, chicken, turkey, duck,
Yep.
game and processed meat products like bacon or hot dogs, which hot dogs are not processed meat. It's not real food. Okay. It's a concoction of some bullshit.
You know what's crazy?
That's another conversation for another day.
Bacon bits are the same. Most bacon bits ain't real bacon.
But yeah, so all in all, yeah, like with your pescatarians, they take advantage of seafood being their main protein source, which is solid. It really is. There are a lot of fish that have some really good, high protein qualities to it. But it is expensive because trying to eat salmon and trout, and not canned tuna, but actual fresh caught tuna. That shit is expensive. If you ever looked at it, and it's big as fuck. People think like, that tuna in a can. I'm like, nah, bro, you ever seen a tuna? That's a big fucking fish.
Yeah.
That's a big fucking fish. Or, you go get you some mahi or some ahi tuna, which is even bigger. Like don't sleep on that type of stuff. But yeah, but that's unfortunate. So what's the plan with him now, since that's the case? I mean, obviously with type 1, type 2 is your insulin dependent, where you got to be on either the you got to inject with the insulin, or you be on the little reader that like self injects and stuff like that. Type 1's a little different. So have they kind of pushed? Is there a treatment plan and everything in place for him, or?
I mean, he's just managing it through the foods he eat. He's on a strict diet plan. They're managing it. He needs to take the insulin, the glucose. I'm sorry. He needs to take the glucose measurement 2 or 3 times a day. But for the most, I mean, like they told him, like for the most part, it's hereditary. It's nothing he did. My grandfather had it, and my great grandfather had it on his dad's side, and then his mom had it, and his grandmother had it on this. So it's like it's a hereditary thing. So once he told me he was diagnosed, I was like, okay, at least once a year I need to go get checked for diabetes now, because it's not only is it on my dad's side, but it's also on my mom's side as well. And
same. I get my labs done just because my mom being a type 2 diabetic, so I get my labs done mostly out of fear, to be completely honest with you, because I'm like, that's the last thing I want is for something like that to happen, later on in my life out of nowhere, kind of like it did with my mom. It happened with my mom at the most random possible time. So
same thing with my grandmother.
Yeah, so I get my A1Cs checked every year. Well, I mean, I do my adult labs now. Because I was one of those people too. We grew up with parents and friends and family that were like, oh my God, we don't go to the doctor. But once you get to a certain age in your life, you start understanding, look, man, it's better to know than not know. Because it used to be, they say that saying backwards. It's better to not know than know. When it comes to your health, it is not better to not know. It is better to know, because the sooner you know, the better your chances are of potentially avoiding something that you could have avoided. But if you let some shit linger and you get older, your immune system shuts down, and now you're in a position where you have some type of terminal illness that you probably could have avoided when you was like 33 years old by simply letting them draw your blood and go pee in a cup. Because that's how I learned I had too much protein. I didn't fucking know you could have too much protein, but apparently you can. So I had too much protein in my system, and I was lacking in like some other supplement stuff. So I had to start taking an additional supplement on top of my normal like multivitamin and stuff. And I'm like, damn, crazy work.
So the crazy thing with me was cholesterol good, both of them, no diabetes. Everything is good besides this motherfucking blood pressure. And it's just like, they were like, well, I mean, it's hereditary. And I'm like, God damn it, I don't want to hear that it's hereditary bullshit
at all.
But I do have a cousin that is like physically fit, like A1. And you know this particular cousin. I just don't want to call his name out on the podcast. You know this particular cousin, and diagnosed with high blood pressure. Like it's crazy. Like it's crazy to think that one of the two most fit people I know in my life also has high blood pressure, and is constantly in the gym, constantly working out, doing everything he can, and he has to take medicine for it. So like that's stuff. Yeah, but people are probably sitting there thinking, what does your physical health have to do with your mental health? It has everything to do with your mental health.
Everything.
I mean, if your physical health isn't right and you have mental health problems, what do you think is going to happen? Like health, as people say, a lot of times, not health is wealth. It really is. It doesn't matter how much millions you make in the world if you're not healthy, and you pass away and you never get to see the fruition of your millions. Mm-hmm. Right? So
you worked hard to do all that stuff just to not be able to touch it.
Right. So I'll go through a story about how physical health and mental health coincide on my part. Last year I was in the process of buying this house. And you know this story. Last year I was in the process of buying this house. It was between March and April, right? I already knew I had high blood pressure, whatever. But on top of the high blood pressure, the negotiations were going crazy. It was always on my mind. I was stressing mentally. Do you know what happens to somebody that stresses mentally with high blood pressure? I was stressing mentally at work because we had another supervisor coming in and I had to get him trained within a certain time while trying to negotiate and figure out what the hell I was going to do in trying to buy this house while also physically dealing with high blood pressure. And I found myself laying in a hospital bed at 10 o'clock in the morning, leaving work. And I hadn't done anything physical at all. I got on a cherry picker, got up there, did some cycle counts, came down, and I could tell my blood pressure was high. For anybody that doesn't know how to tell your blood pressure is high, the day, I hope it never happens to you, but if it ever happens to you, trust me, you'll know. You just don't know what you feel different. I was lightheaded. I sat down, drank some water, then I drove myself to the emergency room. So the doctor was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Man, I'm stressing. I already have high blood pressure." They had to give me some kind of injection to bring my blood pressure down. Then I had to stay overnight. That ended up costing me over $20,000. Mind you, I am in the process of putting a down payment on this damn house.
20?
Yes.
Oh, hell no. In this economy,
they had to run, listen, they had to run all types of tests. Finally, the stress test came back and showed I was stupid stressed. And it was causing my high blood pressure already to shoot up even more. So I'm telling y'all, please take your mental health serious. Take your mental health serious. It's not a game. Your mental health can cause you physical health problems, which could result in you collapsing. It could result in you dying at any point. If I didn't have the awareness to leave work without telling everybody and going to the hospital, I might not be here now talking to y'all on this podcast. It was a absolutely scary reality that I needed, because now I I've had to learn how to control my stress. And I've absolutely learned how to control my stress now for the most part. I haven't had anything that crazy happen, but now I know how to manage stress at work and things. I know how to dust it off, compartmentalize and just leave it alone, deal with it later.
And I'm glad you said stress, because stress ties into the second conversation piece of this men and the internal thing. So I want to bring three key, because this ties into for you and I. This will make for a good conversation. 3 key internal things that men deal with that they don't talk about out loud a lot, and it is work-life balance and toxic productivity. It is financial stress and its mental implications, and it is the pressures of parenting and or caregiving.
Yeah.
So a couple of those strike a nerve with DJ Michael B, just because I know him so well. I will tell you for sure the work-life balance and toxic productivity is a big one for me, because of the nature of my current job and the fact that I am a salaried employee who does not know I don't truly know what a day off is per se, because my job operates, my phone can ring, my emails can go off, Teams can go off, Outlook can go, so I'm never truly off unless I actually turn everything the fuck off. But the problem with all the above is if I turn everything off, my personal phone might also ring. So I kind of have to keep everything on, but like at arm's length type of thing. But that's okay. I still have a good work-life balance, but 2 years ago, I did not. 2 years ago, my work-life balance was shit. I'll say it was shit. It got better 2 years ago, but it wasn't where it is now. It was definitely a work in progress, but I was very much immersed in work because I was trying to focus on the task at hand, right? My job is numbers based. My job is production based. Like there's levels and stressors to my job that I have to do. So that's where my focus was. And then I lost sight of a few things along the way. And then the toxic productivity is like, if I had stress going on at home when I went to work, sometimes my work would suffer because I got shit going on at home. And now I'm trying to compartmentalize and I can't focus on work, or vice versa. I got shit going on at work and then I got to come home and now I'm not being productive at home because of what the fuck went on at work. So it's like literally work-life balance, exactly by definition that I was dealing with 2 years ago. And then I'll see, but obviously I've come a long way. I've gotten that sorted out now. Financial stress, and we all got money problems. It ain't. Now there are people who have significantly worse, financial problems than like me and DJ Michael B are currently
for sure.
But I know what they're saying when this question comes about, right? Or it's mental health implications, because when one thing men do 100% is stress about the bills. I ain't talking about those of you motherfuckers out here that's millionaires and shit. I'm talking about as regular middle class motherfuckers out here. We 100% the first of the month through the 30th or 31st of the month be stressing about the fucking bills. It's just how it is. Like when that check hit, we like, damn, how much is this check gonna be gone from all this auto pay that's finna hit? Like when you have to operate off of the 24-hour rule, and I'll explain that quickly for you guys. I mean, when your paycheck hit, you got to let that bitch sit there for 24 hours so all your auto pays and shit can drop out, so that you make sure that you got everything situated to make sure your bills is paid. Sometimes that is what some people how they have to live their life. That's the paycheck to paycheck lifestyle that people refer to. Because if you spend just a little too much, all of a sudden you're going to check that bank account and your shit going to be red. And so, there are those individuals who have to live off the 24-hour rule when it comes to, their bills. Not everybody can have a good amount, have their savings account set up a certain type of way, or have, some credit cards, do certain things like finances is tough. Adulting sucks. And finances is a very complex thing if you don't write it down, or if you don't type it out, if you don't have spreadsheets, or if you don't have it somewhere where you can see it. If you're just logging into your banking app and looking at your transaction history, you are failing at looking at your finances. Like you need to have it all documented. Like I look at my finances and expenses for the entire year. I have a 12-month finance and expenses spreadsheet that I use for all my shit. Credit cards, bills, loans, my paycheck, my total debt is in there. Like I look at everything just to get an idea of like, okay, how much excess money do I have, and where am I putting that excess money for a rainy day fund, an emergency fund? I got some shit broke down at the house and I gotta fix it. Like that's where my money. I didn't used to be that responsible with money. I used to be a little reckless in my younger days, but you know, you live and you learn. Okay, you live and you learn. When you max out your first couple of credit cards young in your life, you figure it out really quick. And then just the pressures of parenting and caregiving. I wanted to hit on that before I pass the mic back off to DJ Micah B, but that doesn't get talked about a lot. The pressures of parenting and caregiving, because that is something that, you know, if you're on social media right now, the TikTok algorithm looks like this, where it's like, you know, women are attacking men that are caregivers and providers and all this shit like that, because they're like, they want a man to do X, Y, and Z. They want a provider, right? Well, being a provider is a stressful concept, especially when you're being a provider or a caregiver and none of that stuff is being appreciated or reciprocated or given to you in a way that makes you feel like what you're doing is the right thing, right? Not like specifically pointing anybody out. I'm just speaking from the things that I watch on TikTok and Instagram and stuff, and I read the comments, and that's literally what these different men and women are like arguing about in the comments. Like it gets kind of crazy. Like, but there is a level of pressure being a parent or a caregiver that people don't talk about enough.
Yeah. At one point, and I have confidence I can share this. At one point in my relationship, when we first, got this house and things like that, I did feel a little bit like I'm just a wallet. Right. And I think Mr. GQ can attest to this, right? And if Moolich comes on, Moolich can attest to this. I think every man goes through a point where it's like, I'm just a wallet. Right. And a lot of the times it's the feeling, I want to make sure I say this, the feeling of when men feel like that, a lot of the times it is valid, right? But a lot of men like myself, for a while, I didn't express that for the sake of, I don't feel like arguing, or I don't feel like going through the Pandora's box that's going to open with this. Because what happens when you do open up and admit that, a lot of people will say that's not true, and what you're saying isn't valid. Well, I'm here to tell you, a lot of the times it is true, because men being providers gets taken for granted, and you do feel that way. You just feel like you're a wallet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go to work, I come home, I pay the bills, there's food on the table, but I don't feel appreciated. Am I valid in that?
100%.
So I can confidently say it felt like that for a while, but I want to let everybody know, do not wait till there is an explosive argument to lament that.
No,
I did wait till there was an explosive argument to lament that. And that did not go well, because what you get was, you're only saying that because we're arguing right now and you need something to stand on. And it's like, no, that was my problem from the get-go. And I just never said it. And a lot of times as men, we get lost in, and I said this on the internet the other day, because a woman was talking about this. A lot of the time, men will put the happiness of others, their family or whatever, let's just say your family is who you live with. They don't have to be related or anything, just their family you live with, and you're the main provider. Men will put the happiness and prioritize the happiness of their family before they prioritize the happiness of themselves. And that's where a lot of the mental stress issues and the mental health issues come from. And it's true. It's absolutely true. For a long time, I did that, and eventually, I had to realize. And I know a lot of y'all aren't fond of Will Smith. I wasn't fond of Will Smith for a while, but he came back and he apologized, whatever. But he said, I had to realize that I'm not responsible for her happiness. I'm responsible for my happiness. All I can be is an addition to her happiness. So if she's not happy with herself, there's nothing on planet Earth you can do that will make that other person or significant other happy. It won't happen. And men take that upon themselves a lot of the time. And as unfair as it is to men, that's just the way we're wired. And we've been told from generation to generation that's the way it is. You know, your grandfather went through that, your dad went through that, now you're going through it. That's just the way life is. No, that is not just the way life is.
You was told to put your head down, suck it up, and just get through it.
That's not the way life is. And then when women go online and be like, we're the real man, women always say this one thing. When men say, well, I would vent, but nobody cares. Oh, we care. We do care. Then we vent. Where the real man at?
At work.
Right? So in a sense, yeah.
Yeah. No, you're spot on. I'm one of those I'm one of those Will Smith apologists. I really am. Will Smith is he's an idol of mine, so I didn't fault him for what happened. In the moment that it happened, I immediately understood what happened. And I know people are going to be like, oh, you know, he should have never went up there and slapped him, this, that, and the third. It's like, you got to understand something about men, right? When a man reacts that way, he's already hit the breaking point. He was already on his way. So by the time he got to that point, a bunch of other shit had already happened. And that was just the straw that broke the camel's back, to use that weird ass terminology, but that's what people like to say. But that's what happened. He didn't just do that shit on a spontaneous, like, you know, I'm just gonna go slap this motherfucker. Like, that's not what happened. That man had a build, and build up of fuck shit. And he finally just said, fuck this shit. And that's why that shit happened.
I'm not gonna lie. You know, looking back at it, right? Will Smith was called soft.
He was degraded.
He was degraded by a lot of people because he didn't rap a certain way. You're from Philadelphia. He didn't carry himself that certain way. He didn't carry himself as a hood figure or none of that throughout his life, even though that's where he came from, and a lot of people hated it. You know what I'm saying? They lamented the fact that they didn't like it. And finally, I guess on that one night, it finally broke, because it was like, here they go again. They don't think I'm gonna do something because I'm a nice dude, and this, and you know, the whole life imitates art and things like. I mean, it's true. There's a lot of people after they do movie roles, they can't break character. It is what it is, and I think he probably just got caught up in the dynamic of the character. And then of course there's he laughed. You know, people say he laughed before, and then when he looked at Jada didn't appreciate the joke, and then he got up and he went and slapped Chris Rock, and I mean, whatever.
Truthfully, and I'm glad you said that piece right there. In the moment, Will, as a prior comedian, was like, okay, I can appreciate a good joke. Until you looked over at your partner, and your partner basically did not approve. Your partner was upset. You know, basically your partner got offended. However you want to frame it, right? You as the partner are now stepping in to defend that partner. That's just kind of what it is. Now, is what he did the right way? No. However, we now know after doing all the reading and research, there was a lot of shit going on behind the scenes between those two prior to all that. So you really like, and that's why I said I really don't blame him for being a live on air crash out for what.
I know for sure Moo don't.
We also wouldn't have got that dope ass show on Hulu without this crash out.
Hey, I know Moo damn sure don't blame him for being a crash out because Moo tell you he's a crash out.
Listen,
Fuck no, I'm senior crash out. Man, he lucky wouldn't choke slam that nigga on stage. Check this out. I've always said this. The slap wasn't even about Jada. The slap was more about stop playing with my nigga Will's name, bro. You niggas forgot he's from North Philly. Like, I get it. He don't carry himself like DJ Michael B said. He don't carry himself like the regular hood booger. But that's because a lot of y'all don't know the story of one Willard Smith. His grandma was a devout Christian, and his grandma literally challenged him when he first started rapping. Hey, you really? That's how we come in? Because you don't even do all that shit. You don't like how they rap, but if you can rap in your own way, shape, or form of style, if you can come up with your own style where you don't have to use profanity, you don't have to cuss, you don't have to talk about objectifying women and killing other black people, guess what? I'll support you wholeheartedly. But if you can't do that, that tells me exactly the type of person that you are and the type of man that I'm raising. And he took that and ran with it. And now everybody seems like he's soft, he's this, he's that. Nah, y'all forget. He's still from North Philly. He'll still slap the dog shit out you, gang.
Hey man,
like,
first rap, just saying.
Like, come on, dog. Like
this man got a rap Grammy without cussing.
Without cussing, bro. Like that. And if you understand,
we had gangster rap in the 90s. We had Fuck the Police in the 90s. We had Pac, Snoop, Biggie. We had all kind of music, and this man won a rap Grammy for making popish rap music, and it was hot.
Hey, but you know what? We had all that, but you know what we had to? Summertime.
Come on, bro.
Don't forget, we had an iconic remake. We had Just the Two of Us.
Mm-hmm.
Fire ass song.
Like
we had
the Wild Wild West, bro. Like Miami. Come on, bro. Like
Will Smith had underrated music video choreography. Let me say that because his choreography in the Wild Wild West and the Men in Black video was actually fire as fuck. Like that man has some underrated ass choreography. Like Will Smith can dance, but like he don't really want it like a lot of artists do. Because like if you look at his later work, like when he made that song Switch, dancing his ass off in that fucking video, and that first
had a whole song to it.
Song was
had a whole freaking dance to it.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. A lot of people talk shit about Will Smith and his rapping because he's not a gangster rapping. I'm just telling you, as a student of the game, and I think y'all could attest to this. He might not be the best punchline rapper, the rapper. This dude got a mean flow. The way he throws stuff together is crazy. His flow is
like the fact that he didn't start really cussing in music till like 3 years ago, and it's not even that bad. It's just like little stuff. But like the stuff when he made that song Will with Joyner Lucas, that shit was fire. That's a dope ass song. He made that song Tantrum, fire ass song. Like, hey, if you ain't heard what Will sound like now, go listen to Tantrum. Him and Joyner Lucas on Tantrum. That's the Will that Moolage is currently talking about. That's some of that West Philly coming out. And then don't forget he had the song with Logic too. And that shit was fire.
And that's part of and listen, that's part of the slap and the mental health thing too. Because it's like, okay, I don't have to wear this mask anymore. My perfect image has already been like, boom, it's gone. And that's something that's not talked about enough for a lot of people with mental health, especially with men. We go to work, we got to put this bullshit mask on. Hey, how are you? Micah, nice to meet you. Hey, man, you can't be doing that, this, and that. Knowing deep down, maybe like, hey, what the hell are you doing? Really? Come on now. Yeah, you know, it's He muted my mic. Okay.
Yeah, you muted your own mic. I was like, why did you bother? I was like, my man is talking some. I was like, my man's spitting, but his mic wasn't working.
I unmuted the mic, and I think at the same time I unmuted it, you muted it. But you know, just bro, having to hide who you are, especially at work. This is why a lot of people go into entrepreneurship, and trust me when I tell you, if you ain't built for entrepreneurship, you just not built for it, dog. I'm dead serious. But man, it's a lot that us as people, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot that us as people have to mask and hide to be professional. And then you take into account us personally, Black, we have to be accepted. We have to sit there and be accepted and respected by peers who probably don't like us just because of our skin color. And, you know, people sit there, oh, y'all always pull the race card. Well, we always pull the race card because y'all bring that shit up all the time on the opposite side.
You don't give us a fucking choice.
Like,
I know you're fucking lying. Bro, a fan just ran on the fucking court trying to take a picture, bro. And he ran by Wemby and Mitchell Robinson.
Trying to take a picture with who?
Trying to take a picture. This fan was trying to take a selfie of Victor Wembanyama and Mitchell Robinson on the court. That's what the games got delayed for that.
Stupid.
You got to be a tall ass person to get a selfie. You gonna take a selfie with the nigga dick or what?
I don't know, but they better than me because I would have slapped the dog shot, bro. You on my place of work, bro.
I mean, we talked about it last year with Giannis and freaking Tyrese Halliburton's daddy. Hey, watch your peoples, because nigga, once they step past that threshold.
Listen, if Giannis would have slapped him, he'd have deserved that shit.
I'm telling you, once you step past that threshold, they full game.
Yeah, like I get heckling. I understand heckling, but like when you step on the court now and you getting into the personal bubble, no,
yeah.
You gonna make me think about the song Ludacris did. I feel like slapping it today because that's
Hey, I'm Russell Westbrook. Y'all saw what happened. Russell Westbrook almost put hands on this man and had to catch himself.
It'd be like that. You gotta be careful.
Look, what were you saying with Little Mikey? Sometimes you gotta put the tatas on somebody, man.
Hey.
Come on, man.
But yeah, I'm personally, Moo. I am excited to highlight Mental Health Month.
Getting crazy.
My boy just went mute again.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, so I think our generation is the generation who isn't soft, and people will say, "Oh, y'all generation soft," but I disagree. I think this is the generation that's completely strong enough to be like, we don't care what the older generation thinks, calling us soft because we're bringing our mental health to the front. The whole thing is, y'all should have done this a long time ago to make it all right, and y'all aren't. So now it's up to us. And maybe it's more of because of social media, you know, more and more people agree to it at the same time. So maybe it has something to do with social media. Maybe it doesn't, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I see that point of it. I would also say we're just we're breaking a generational stigma. We are, and I know you. I think you said, you know, we're smarter or whatever. What I think it is for us, I think we're more emotionally intelligent than generations of past. We figured out, okay, me internalizing all this shit ain't doing nothing for me but slowly killing me. So what do I need to do to, you know, fix that? Which is ironic because now that ties into topic number 3, which is a trigger conversation, but we're gonna have it. But it is the role. I think me and Micah talked about this for like, I think 45 minutes on the phone before. But it's the role of vulnerability in relationships that includes friends, family, and partners. This is the literal kryptonite to men's mental health, because this is vulnerability is a man's cry for help. Vulnerability is a man's cry for help. And then when that cry for help is weaponized or it is not reciprocated, it is not acknowledged, it is ripped apart, or it is anything that is not accepted, that man is now going to shut down. And unfortunately, what's going to happen is some men are not as resilient as others, and some of those men are going to now take their own life, because that's what happens. Because someone was crying for help, someone was trying to be heard, and you decided to poke fun at him. You decided to take what he said in a moment of weakness, because that's what vulnerability is, a moment of weakness, and you decided to flip it on him in a way that you made him feel smaller than any person on the planet could have ever made him in that exact moment. And that is why men and vulnerability is such a key thing in the men's mental health war. Men, we are at literal war with mental health. We are. We truly are. And we are like that because, as we've talked about this in years past on Gentleman's Talk, enough men don't talk to other men about this type of stuff. It's okay to, listen, fellas, if you got an amazing spouse out there where you can do this, you can be vulnerable, talk to your spouse, and everything is all hunky-dory and good, I'm happy for you. I'm truly happy for you. But for those men out there who do not have a true safe space, you need to be able to confide and be vulnerable with other men and not be judged for it, but be understood. Not misunderstood, but understood. Not giving sympathy, but giving empathy. Hey, man, I understand what you're going through, man. Let's talk about it. Like, let's break it down further. Let's make it make sense. Let's figure out how you got it. We don't ask those kinds of questions anymore. We did not before ask those questions. Now we ask those questions more.
Oh, don't forget. Don't forget the main one. And look, for those of you that don't know me, I'm a Christian. It is what it is. I'm not here to debate whether Christianity is real, none of that. But the amount of times I've heard people say, well, I'm going through this and this. Oh, brother, God got it. Just pray to God and you'll figure it out. And it's like, brother, I just want somebody to hear me out on this and give me input from what they have seen. Look, the amount of time, and GQ will tell you, the amount of times I've called GQ and be like, man, this was going on, dog. Look, this, and this, and this. And he'd be like, man, I've been there. So this is what helped me, this, and this. And he's giving insight, not to judge or nothing. And then he'll call me and be like, hey, man, this, and this is going on. I'm like, well, maybe this, and this, and blah, and you need people like that in your life, dude. You need somebody it doesn't have to be a therapist or nothing. You just need somebody you can be vulnerable with. And this is why I think, for those of you that don't know, me and GQ have been friends since we were like 7, right? There ain't really nothing that he don't know about me. There's nothing I really don't know about him. And that's perfectly fine, because no matter what I've ever told this dude, nothing has ever came back. He's never came back and threw anything in my face at any point. We could be at odds with each other, and we never at odds with each other, but we could be at odds with each other. And I know damn for certain that it wouldn't happen. And I've seen it time and time again with a lot of people that used to be friends. Like, man, I told this person what I was going through, this, and this. And the minute we started beefing, he aired me out. And it's like, that's some soft ass shit. That's some sorry ass shit at that. So
no, 100%. The only time you gonna ever catch me and DJ Mike could be at odds during fantasy football. Just letting you know that right now.
For sure.
We not even at odds. Fuck that. We at war. We at war during fantasy football. Fuck all that shit. It's all the fuck you bitches in the world during fantasy football with me and DJ Mike could be. And that's just what it is.
But it's we can and you can't, so don't get stupid.
100%. Is you try that shit outside the circle, if you will, and you're gonna get slapped up. But anyway, we've been kind of personalizing this a lot more, so allow me to bring my personal, if you will, into this. Some of you know, if you've been on the show long enough, I've taken a couple of hiatuses here and there. I've been in and out of the show. But for myself, and I've talked about this, I think I've really brought it more to light last year, that I myself have been in therapy for the last 4 years. Because I wanted to be better for my daughter. That was my main reasoning for therapy, was to be better, for me to be a better version of myself for her. And we always talk about, and you can't really truly love someone until you love yourself. Well, I didn't understand myself. That was the thing. I didn't understand the stage of life where I was and all the other stuff. So, and when I talk to people about when they're like, hey, I really think I want to go do therapy, this, that, and third, I'm like, I say, I love that for you. I say, and now here's my advice to you when you go do therapy, and I will share that advice that I give to those same people, to you guys, not to the panel because they know, but just to the general public, those that are listening. When you two things. When you are selecting your therapist, choose your therapist for the reasons that benefit you the most. What's going to give you, and I'm not saying benefit like make sure that they always tell you that you're right or you're no. Find the right therapist that is going to give you the perspective that you need. I personally chose a female therapist because I wanted the female perspective when I was telling stories and figuring things out. That way I had a trusted source that I could talk to, and she could give me the female perspective so that I could understand both sides of why X, Y, and Z happened. That was it. The second thing, always work backwards. Always work backwards, because you can't heal yourself by working in the present. You have to go backwards. You have to find where the cracks in the foundation began so that you can start figuring out where you started to fall apart. Once you find the cracks in the foundation and you really get to the bottom of how the first cracks and fissures happened, then you can actually work your way forward through all the things and get to your current state of mind. And you're like, damn. So because of this situation or situations way back when, now we're here. And now because of this happening here and this happening here and this happening here, now you can actually start that process of truly healing, truly fixing yourself, because now you understand how you got to that point in the first place. And a lot of times for men, it happens at a young age, and we don't know no better. Because when we was 15, we didn't give a fuck about a lot of things. We really didn't. We was focused on going to school, playing sports, and chasing females. That's what the fuck we was doing at 15. We didn't realize what other shit was going on around us, even though there was a lot going on around us. So as you got older and you matured more, and you were like, damn, I really was out here just living my best reckless, diabolical life, and I really wasn't out here, making the best decisions. But as we become those same adults that used to be those immature boys that become men, and we understand everything that we went through, and we're now able to finally get on that journey of self-discovery, of clarity. And now you can start making the positive moves you need to make to be able to truly move forward and take control of your life, which is the key there. Any thoughts on that there, Lou?
Honestly, everything you said was factual. This is the main reason as to why, though, because as somebody who's been to therapy more times than I can count for multiple reasons, I can tell y'all that what he's saying is correct. And when the biggest part, it starts with finding your therapist, bro. Because a lot of people that tell me, "Oh, I went to therapy and all this was bullshit," and it's like, nigga, that's what the point was. Like, shouldn't do nothing would make me mad. That's the point, dickhead. Yeah. That's the point. Yeah, and I'm not one of those people that's gonna hold your hand and sugarcoat shit. No, I'm a realist. I'm not even an optimist. I'm a realist. I'm gonna tell you what the fuck straight up. So I had a few homies that, oh yeah, I tried to go to therapy and I tried to work shit out, but all she did was make me mad. Nigga, that's the fucking point. She's supposed to piss you off. Oh, all she did was bring up my past, and duh, stupid. Like, nigga, like you talking about you want to be better, you want to deconstruct everything that you've been through in your life, but don't want to put in the fucking work. And that's the problem that a lot of people run into, right? They just think that, oh yeah, all I got to do is go talk to somebody and I'm gonna feel so much better tomorrow. No, you're not. You have to put in the fucking work every single goddamn day. It don't stop just because you want to go talk to somebody one time and, oh, well, I went to go talk to a therapist one time and she made me feel so much better.
Bro, if you out here talking
so now what?
one time, slap dog shit out you. Because if that's the case, you could have just called your mom.
Look, you could have just called your fucking mom and be like, "Hey, mom, I have a problem." Like, that's not how it works.
I want you to understand, Mo. You talking some real shit. Let me tell you why, okay? I know a couple right now going through couples therapy, right? And the female thought she was undoubtedly 100% right in everything she did and the way everything happened. And she was like, there ain't nothing wrong with me. It's everything wrong with you, this, and that. So that he was like, all right, let's go to couples therapy because we're not getting nowhere with just me and you speaking. They go to couples therapy, and now every time he was vulnerable and said something to her about what it was, and she threw it back in his face. And now they go to couples therapy. Now she has to be in turn vulnerable because he's been vulnerable the whole time and telling him everything that's going on. She doesn't like the accountability she has to take now and says, this ain't for us. It ain't doing nothing. I'm done with it. And now she doesn't want to do it. And I was like,
easy to give up.
I was like, oh, so when your therapist says the problem is you and not necessarily your husband, and you've been blaming your husband forever, you don't like that. If you want to hear some shit that you like, go talk to your girlfriends that hype you up all the time. You too good for that nigga. You this and that. You don't go talk to your girlfriends. You want the real shit. If you want the real shit, guess where you need to go? A therapist who's not biased and who's there to be like, hey, this is what's going on in your relationship.
Yeah, that false what do we call it? That false sense of entitlement.
Yeah.
Like, oh, validation. Sorry. That's that validation of like, oh, somebody supporting my toxic ass behavior. No. Do you not see how that's wrong? Like, listen, when I was growing up, I was taught this very early in my life. If you are surrounded by yes men, you deserve everything that ever happens to you in your entire life. Because you allowed a bunch of people to control and dictate your life because all they do is tell you yes.
God damn it. The Knicks are going to win this game.
Yeah. The Knicks are going to win this game. But if none of these motherfuckers are willing to tell you no, or willing to push back, or willing to challenge you on some shit, them ain't your real people.
And they scary. You don't want to be around a whole bunch of bitch made ass niggas. That's not going to hold you accountable for the dumb shit that you do and or say. I don't like that. And a whole bunch of people just be around like GQ, yes niggas, yes men. Oh, well, that's cool, bro. Yeah, let's like, no. Nigga, like how many? And the problem that a lot of people grew up with, right? Or I guess didn't grow up with in this sense, a lot of y'all didn't grow up getting slapped the shit out of getting told, don't do that. That's not okay. Like your grams, your moms, your dad, your grandpa, I ain't never went upside your head and was like, hey. We don't do that shit. That's not what we do. Other people, you feel me? The other niggas you may see outside, hey, they can do that. But in this household, that's not what we do.
Hey, Moo, I got you, Moo. I ain't one of your little friends. I got you.
That's the same, bro. Like this, it's just not what. A lot of people weren't being told that. You feel me? Not just by your uncles and your grandpas but by your homies, your friends, and like, hey. That's not something that's okay, bro. You feel me? That's not something that we do. And then on top of that, a lot of the times in that same sentiment, a lot of the friends, a lot of the homies don't go to therapy. They don't go get hurt. They don't go get help. Because the first thing that niggas told me was, what's up, bro? You crazy? Nah, they told me, what, you crazy? I said, nigga, damn near, I might be. I need to go figure it out, though. Because there's no way I should be thinking about what I'm thinking in my mind. So, yeah, it can be, oh, what's up, nigga? Why you got to go to therapy? You crazy or something, bro? I might be. I don't know. I got bipolarism that runs in my family. Literally. But it's literally hereditary. My mom deal with it. Diagnosed. Takes medicine for it. So, yeah, of course, when somebody asks me that, it's like, I fucking might. Like, no joke, no funny shit when I say this. Gucci Mane, bitch, I might be.
Is you like, rolling?
Bitch, I might be fucking crazy. I don't know. That's the reason why I'm going to therapy, so I can find out for myself before I have kids. Because I got a fourth one on the way. My daughter will be born in October. Like, if I didn't do the work 10 years ago when my first daughter was born, she probably wouldn't even be here because I wouldn't be here. Like, that's what I be talking about when I tell people, if y'all gonna do this, put the work in. Don't go into it thinking that you know everything and that, oh, well, I'm just like, no, you got to put the work in. And a lot of people will sit up here and tell me that, oh, you don't act like this, or you come so far. And it's because I put the fucking work in, dog. This shit ain't fucking easy. This shit is hard. Every single goddamn day you got to put the work in. And that, like GQ said, that takes working backwards, going back from the start. And I'm not talking about from the start of this relationship or from the start of when. No, go back to when you was kids. Go back to when your mom used to slap the shit out you for no reason and you was confused. Go back to when your dad beat the hell out you for no reason and you was confused. Why this shit happened as a kid? Why that shit happened as a kid? Why did you take it that way? Why did you absorb it that way? Why did you shape your life after every single situation after that situation happened specifically? A lot of y'all don't do that. A lot of y'all think, oh, I'm just gonna go talk to somebody and, you know, hopefully I feel better. Nah. Or here's the better one, right? A lot of y'all hide behind drugs and alcohol.
Yup.
How many of y'all sit up there and, oh, well, I can't wait to get off work. I can't wait to get off work. I'm finna go get so high, bro. I'm finna take these pills and, oh, I'm finna go get all these drinks and shit, bro. I got this bottle of Henny off of work, bro. You got work tomorrow. 8 a.m. Why are you getting shit-faced drunk and you got work in the morning? Oh, damn, bro. I got fired from my job because they said I was always late. Why was you always late? Because I stay up all night drinking. Oh, why you staying up all night drinking? Oh, well, you know, bro, shit, I just be wanting to turn up after work. No, nigga, you're running for something.
Hey,
what are you fighting? Like, come on, dog. Let's have a real conversation.
Let's have a real conversation here on that, right? This is what I'll say about that. I'm a person that drinks. Everybody, Jeremy just went through that on fucking on set. First of all, I want to address something. I was by Jeremy on Saturday. I fell. The reason why I fell is because my shoe got caught on the fucking floor because of grip. Because Jeremy was like, "How the hell does a nigga fall?" But that's really what happened. Okay, no, Jeremy got wood in his house.
Sometimes niggas just be clumsy.
No. Yeah, that too. So Jeremy got wood in his house, and I was jumping around because the Spurs won. And I was drinking, but the real reason why I fell is because I took a step forward and my fucking shoe caught the grip and I fell forward because I stopped instantly and went down. But nonetheless, so
now I can understand that because me, I'm a clumsy nigga myself. My coach used to call me the most athletic clumsy nigga he's ever met. So I don't even got to be drunk. I walk 2 steps to fall.
So
the way he fell, I was concerned, but I still laughed.
But you laughed though. Because you knew I was okay.
I was concerned, but I was laughing my ass off because I was like, because he did the old man stumble backwards fall. So that shit was funny. I didn't really know what happened.
I tried to catch. Okay, so my foot slid and stopped, and I rocked back, and I tried to, and it was tragic. You know,
he was too far too gone at one point. It was I'm already falling. I might as well just continue.
Yeah, bro. It was bad because I tried to catch myself going forward, and that didn't happen. But nonetheless, right? So everybody that knows me, you know, I'll take a drink, this, and that. But if I gotta work, you know what I'm saying? Like there's people that choose alcohol every day and every night over their job, which is there's people that got to go to work drunk. There's people, and like it's crazy to me. And it, you know, not that the fact that they have to do it, but the fact that they feel like that's the only escape, right? And I was like that for a while. I would say from about 27 to about 30, 31, 32. And I was working at Home Depot during that time, and I was very, very, very lost. And I wouldn't say depressed, but I didn't enjoy life. I wasn't depressed though. I just wasn't enjoying life.
I mean, it's like shades of depression.
Yeah.
Depression's on a spectrum scale. So
it's a form of it. You can say that.
Yeah.
Scale. Everybody's not full on, you know, like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh type depressed.
Right. Right. And you know, I'll be the first to say, when I left Home Depot, that was the first step into finally being like, you know, because I don't, Moo, you wouldn't know this, but I'm 35 now. Jeremy will be the first to tell you, or GQ will be the first to tell you. 9 years ago, I am not the person I was now
No,
at all.
not even close.
I was content with I'm single, I'm partying, I'm drinking, I don't give a fuck, none of that.
That man theme song was bullshit and party
And bullshit. And I don't have to stay at home. I don't have to answer phone. Like, yo, like I was, but one of the things I will suggest to people, and this is one of the things that helped me, surround yourself with people you want to be like, right? Me and Jeremy have always been best friends. I've seen this man succeed time and time again. He got his first house. I was there. We had a party. I DJ'd with his ex-wife or whatever, and we turned up. We drank this, and that. He got his second house. I was there. We turned up, DJ'd this, and that. And one day I looked at him and I was like, what's stopping me? Because this is my best friend here. And he's doing this, and this. So what's stopping me? And God damn it, one day I sat down, and this is no bullshit. I sat down. I was like, something has to change. And the first thing I would tell y'all, I don't know if Jeremy knows this, but the first thing I did was I talked to him, but I didn't tell him why I was talking to him, but I'm pretty sure he knows me, and he knew the day when I was talking to him, why I was talking to him. And I was just like, yo, how did this process go? What did you have to do to get to where you are now? And this was I think I want to say it was after, we used to do gentlemen's talk in the back cave at Jeremy's house. And we had a talk one night, and we sat back, and I was like, what you have to do for this? Like equity. It was like, he was like, man, the equity, this, and then I was like, explain that to me. Explain this to me. Explain that to me. And he sat there and he explained it to me. And 2 years later, here I am. Right? So, I mean, it's okay not to be the smartest person in the room. You know what I'm saying? And
you surround yourself with smart people.
Right. Which is why I try to tell everybody, where you want to be, surround yourself with people that are already there. So like, I have friends that might not be where I am now, right? A homeowner, this and that. And rightfully so, still to this day, I am not the most financially stable guy, right? But I'm next to GQ, and he might not be the most financially stable guy, but he's more financially stable than me. and I want to figure this thing out as he's figuring out with who he aligns himself with on how to be more financially stable where he is. I'm aligning myself with him to figure out where you are right now is where I want to be. And then where you are, when I get to where you are right now and you at another level, I want to be there too. Right. Yeah. So
Right now, it's a little rough right here in these streets right now. You don't want to be exactly where I'm at right now.
Well, hey, I'm just saying, hey, it's hard out. It's hard out here for a pimp right now. So I might.
Ain't that the goddamn truth? I ain't gonna lie to y'all boys. It's for sure out here for a pimp right now.
I'm still recovering from April, trying to get my life right, but I understand what you're saying.
But I mean.
There's one more point I want to bring up too before Moo comes back on, right? And I want to make sure I make this clear. The only reason why things work around from the sideline the way it works is because we're all vulnerable with each other, right? And not vulnerable from a standpoint, I know exactly what you're going through or you're going through, but it's like, yo, I'm going through this, or at least like, hey, I'm dealing with this and I need to take a hiatus. So, hey, I'm going through this. So, I might not be able to make the show. I'm doing this, and this. So I might not be able to do this, and that like I normally do. Right. And that's the same thing with LXG. Hey, man, this is what I'm dealing with. All right, what you need from us. Everybody is always like, what you need help with. I'm telling y'all, and I challenge y'all, fellas, get yourself a group where you can hear. If you don't want a therapist, get yourself a group where everybody has the best intentions for you. That's the one thing I can say about From the Sidelines and for LXG. And I think Moo and GQ would agree. Nobody wishes inside of this group, I hope this person fail. Ever. We're all like, brother, what do you need to succeed so we can get you up to speed and caught up to wherever we're going? Everybody needs a brotherhood like that. You need to have a brotherhood. That is the one thing I will stand here and tell y'all. You need a brotherhood. It's not even, it doesn't got to be money based on. I'm a Mason. I have that brotherhood. LXG, me, GQ, and friends like that, we have that brotherhood. From the sideline, if I need anything, be like, bro, I need time off. Hey, this is what's going on. I need advice. Hey, man, I'm going through this, and this. It ain't never been from the sideline. Oh, man, suck that shit up and get it done. We got this, and this. Is like, hey, bro, if you need the time off, go ahead and take it off. If you need, if you need to talk to somebody, call me. Come this, and that. Like, everybody needs that. Get you a brotherhood. That's what most men need. I'm telling you. Go ahead, Mo.
A strong brotherhood, not just a brotherhood, strong brotherhood.
And what both of these fellas just elaborated on and just said is, I think the most important step when it comes to mental health, right? When it comes to fortifying that mental health and growing it to the point to where you're at a level to where you feel that much better, right? Where you're at a level or a space in your head to where you don't feel as cloudy, you don't feel as cluttered, you don't feel like everything is constantly going against you, right? And I think that's the most important step, because like I said, a lot of people will go to the therapist, they'll go to the therapy sessions, they'll go to the psychiatrist, and they won't put the work in. But even the people who do put the work in, they'll still go back to the same environments. My therapist told me, like, if we spend 3 hours, right? If we spend 3 hours trying to deconstruct everything that you went through in your past, or everything that you went through as a kid, or everything that you're dealing with mentally, right? And you go back to that same toxic environment and entertain those same toxic ass people, everything we just did was fucking worthless.
Brother, you took 5 steps forward to go 10 steps back.
To go 10 steps back, like, you, that's pointless. You don't go and you don't kick it with the same people who put you in that predicament mentally. Nah, that's going backwards, right? You have to go and do the work outside of the therapy as well. Surround yourself with better people, surround yourself with positive people. And I'm not saying that that's going to be the easiest thing to do, nor am I saying that that is just going to be an everyday thing or everyday occurrence. But what I am saying is there's a lot of people that can help pull you out your funk, even if you are in one for like a day, maybe a few days, whatever the case may be. A good group of people will help you get out of that performative funk, and that goes along with the therapy sessions, right? So, for example, right, I got a homie who, you know what I'm saying, he was constantly down in the dumps and constantly just in his own head, mentally, whatever the case may be, right? So I'm just like I said, like I told you, I'm not an optimist, I'm not a pessimist, I'm a realist. You feel me? Hey, what you about to do about it? You feel me? And I'm not gonna sit there, I'm not trying to be rude, but my nigga, you've been doing it, you've been on this same path, doing the same shit, talking about the same shit for 3 years. When are you yourself gonna change it? When are we gonna take the opportunities? When are we gonna take the steps to change this shit, dog? Or we just gonna sit up here and stay on the same ride? Like, are you on a carousel? We on a merry-go-round? What we doing? When are you gonna hop off and start to do the fucking work? Because at some point in time, you can't expect other people to just say, oh, well, yeah, nah, he's going through some things, and bro, fuck that shit. I'm tired of that. Okay? Because either you can get right or you can get lost. You feel me?
Damn.
So what you trying to do? What steps are you willing to take to get out of your own funk? Because I can help you do that. But if you're not gonna do shit and you just gonna sit up there and put your hand on and expect me to drag you, hell no, I'm not dragging no dead weight, because I'm already heavy enough. I can't drag my weight and then carry dead weight. That's That's pointless because you're dead. There's no point. I'm gonna leave you where the fuck you at. Okay? At least
God
give me some
damn,
effort. I
who
need
go
you
there
to
to
walk.
preach?
I need you to
I
walk
mean,
with me, not walk behind me and not get dragged. You feel me? And GQ, you understand this because this is a military thing, right? Like we only save the people who want to be saved. If you sit up there and you're gonna let the enemy take you, then nigga, bye.
Yep.
Go ahead. Do
Well,
what you do.
hey. Here's what I will say. Okay, when you put it like that, I thank this man here on this screen in GQ because he extended his hand out to show me, and I reached up and grabbed like, brother, please show me what I got to do. And
Yeah.
I wish, and he took me. He was like, I'm gonna show you this. He taught me the whole way. So once we were done buying, I was like, damn. You know, now you look back like, damn, I stressed for no reason because you sure did tell me this, and this, and this, and this. But you know, it's only natural to worry about certain things, right?
Yeah, for shit show.
But
For sure.
if you're not doing that, are you really growing?
No, because you're
That's
not being
it.
uncomfortable.
Correct. If you are not chasing uncomfortable, what are you actually doing?
And that's it right there. That's not telling you can't align yourself with people who are content with how their life may be, how their mental may be, because some people are okay with living in turmoil. Some people are okay with living in hell. Why? When you don't have to. Take the steps in order to be better. And that's an everyday thing. You don't go back and, oh, well, yeah, I always went to therapy. We was talking about some shit and like, then, oh yeah, well shit, I'm just gonna go back to doing what I was like, nah, bro. I have this homie who I constantly tell, like, bro, if you gonna contact me, if you gonna hit me, then don't expect me to hold your hand. Don't expect me to sugarcoat shit, bro. You feel me? And don't come to me talking about the same exact shit. You feel me? I want to hear you taking steps to be better. I don't want to hear you how you taking steps backwards and how you getting worse. Nah,
Hey.
I'm not trying to hear that.
Hey,
feel me?
wow.
Me and GQ got a homeboy like that right now.
Yeah.
And
What are you going to do to change your own life? I can't change your life for you, but
Flip
I can
it.
help you change it. I can help you change it. But if you're not willing to do the work with me to help you change your own life, I can't then carry you on and through all the finish lines. I can't carry you past go because nigga, I'm taking that $200. You're not. You feel me? So at the end of the day, surround yourself with people who want to see you do better, but also at the same time want to see themselves do better. Because it's easy to sit there and go back to the same environment and be like, oh yeah, well, I go to therapy every single day and I'm just gonna come back to the same environment that got me here mentally. Nah. Hey, guess what, fellas? I love y'all. I love y'all. I rock with y'all, but I'm on a different path. I'm on a different wavelength. You feel me? I gotta go to work. I know that's crazy to say because all we do is sit up here on the fucking block and hang out and smoke weed and drink 40s all day. But guess what, guys? I'm on a different path. I gotta go to work. You feel me? I figured out that me being productive and me making money helps me feel better about myself. So guess what? I'm finna take my ass to work. Oh, guess what, guys? I'm not finna sit up here and just come over and we finna play Madden and drink and smoke and play 2K and talk about bitches all day. I'm finna go to the gym because I figured out that me keeping my body healthy, me keeping my body right, helps my mind stay healthy, helps my mind stay right. And you'll see the people that'll naturally start to fall off when you start to just to take care of yourself. You'll see the people that actually want to be part of that, and you'll see the people that think you're, oh, this nigga weird, this nigga crazy, he's acting like, because I want to take care of myself. Because I'm putting my mental and my physical health above bullshit. Now I changed. Now I'm on some crazy shit. Now I'm on some weird shit. And I'll leave you guys with a Jay-Z quote. People act like we're supposed to do all this work just to stay the same. No, why? I didn't put in all this work to stay the same. I didn't go to therapy to come kick it with the same miserable loser ass niggas. Now, if y'all want to do the work with me, bet that we can do all this shit together and we can become a group and we can fortify that group and become something untouchable. But if I'm doing this shit and y'all see me doing this shit and y'all trying to clown and y'all trying to and just stay in the same spot, nah, I can't. You feel me? I love y'all. Y'all my boys, y'all my family, but I can't be around y'all every single day because being around y'all is taking a toll on my mental. And that's not something that's healthy for me going forward. So
That's facts,
yeah, of
though.
course.
That's facts though, because when I first was like, yo, I want to start the process of buying a house, right? All my homeboys was like, hell yeah, you got to do that, this, and that. But the people that had been through it, like Mr. GQ, and then I got my boy Kareem, who hadn't been through it, and a couple of others that I didn't, they haven't been through. It was like, all right, so where you gonna start at? I was like, I don't know, but I'm gonna get it done. These people was like, bruh, I think you can get it done. They spoke like they spoke life. Even the people that didn't have houses yet and things like that, they spoke life and was like, bruh, you can do it. Don't worry about it. And then when I did, they was like, hey, bruh, you did it. I know I can do it too. And I'm like, well, what you need from me? What do you need? Because whatever you need from me, I got you. You just got, if you say, hey, I'm going to do this and you put the work in, I got you. He's like, hey, bro, listen, here's what's going on. I need guidance on this, this, and this. I need guidance on this, this, and this. All right, bet. Boom. So this is what went on here. You need a realtor that's going to do this, this, and this. You need this person that's going to do. Hey, you got to be willing to put the work in too. You know what I'm saying? So, and this also ties into mental health, because a lot of people will want what you have, but will not put the work in for what you got. And those people turn out to be the people that resent you the most and are jealous of you.
Talk about it, bro. Oh my fucking God. Talk about it, dog.
Bruh, because look, I hate to keep bringing up me and GQ in this episode, but it is what it is, right?
Fuck them.
All right, yeah, fuck them. So me and GQ were best friends from the time we were kids. Then we get older, we both go to Lee College together. He get a Oldsmobile. I want to say it was Oldsmobiles, right?
Bolero.
He get an Oldsmobile, and I'm like, damn, this nigga got an Oldsmobile. He was like, hey, let's go to a party. We go out to a party. This is that. After he get an Oldsmobile, he gets a. God damn, I forgot what you had after the Oldsmobile.
I went from that to the Honda.
Okay, right. So he had a Honda, and then at one point I was working at Buc-ee's, and he was like, "Oh, I gotta take, I gotta find my way to this basketball tournament because this, and this, whatever." His car was in the shop, whatever. So I was like, "Shit, I'm off tomorrow, nigga. What's up? Let's go." He was like, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah." I go and I pick him up. We go to this basketball tournament. Best basketball tournament I've been to till this day. He was down by 27 points at halftime. He coached his team all the way back, and they won by, I think it was by 5 or 6 points. They ended up winning the game after being down 27 at halftime. Beautiful game. I was in the crowd and people was yelling and screaming shit to me, and I was like, y'all about to lose this game because he made an adjustment. He made one adjustment, they won the game, right? We go out, we go to Smash Burger. See, it's crazy that I still remember we went to Smash Burger after and all this stuff. Went to Smash Burger and all that. Then moving forward, he gets a house. I don't have a house. I'm like, damn, my boy got a house. I gotta be like that. And I just want people to understand. When he had a car and I didn't have a car, there was never no envy. When his car broke down and I had a car, I made sure I was there. Then he got a house. I didn't have a house. There was no envy. He got a second house. I didn't even get my first house. There was no envy. And then I got my house. And when I finally got my house, what you think he did? He was over there clapping and celebrating with me. This man came to my house 3 times, did all the bartending, did all the pictures. We turned up and had fun together. My point is, you need to surround yourself with people that want to see you do good in order to survive in this life. Because when you surround yourself with people that hate and do all this stuff, your mental health suffers because nobody is feeding your mental health. This is why when people say, watch your diet doesn't only include what you're ingesting externally. It includes what you feed your mind.
And just like Michael was talking about earlier, when it comes to egotistical, when it comes to pride, don't be too scared. Don't be too prideful to ask for help. If Micah don't ask for help, if he don't sit up there and call his boy like, hey, yo, how you get there? You feel me? And GQ was like, yeah, shit, nigga, I can help you get there. Shit, nigga, all you gotta do is follow this and this and this. Boo, 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 baby. The recipe easy. Michael, like, all right, bet. Shit, let's get money. But like he said, you gotta be willing to put the work into it, bro. Like, you can't have GQ wasn't just gonna drag Micah along if Micah wasn't willing to put the work in. Nah, Micah came like, hey, yo, explain this to me, explain that to me. Oh, okay, bet. That's what it is. Oh shit, that nigga, that's simple, right? That's easy. Oh shit, I overcome. I could do that, man. And now they're at the same level to the point where it's like, oh well, shit. Now look at my boy. Now let's go get our other boys. And but they all understood that the work was going to be the same. The output that they put in was going to be the same. The effort that they put in was going to be the same. Wasn't nobody going to put in more effort than the other one, right? So it's the same thing when it comes to mental health, right? You can't have your boy going out there and oh well, yeah, now I'm going to therapist. I'm working on my mental health and stuff like that, and then y'all not supporting him. But then on the flip side, be the loudest or be the crybabyist when the nigga kill himself. But I see that shit every single fucking day. Oh, he going to therapy, he doing this, he crazy, he this and that. But then y'all be the loudest niggas. Oh, that was my brother, man. And this is now I don't understand why he just didn't call me, why he didn't talk to me, why he didn't feel like he called me when
He did.
when a nigga kill himself. He did. What the fuck? He was taking the steps to be better every single day. Y'all didn't want to help him get there. Y'all didn't want to see what he was doing because you didn't see the benefit of it. Because it didn't involve in the same regular hood booger Negro spiritual shit, right? It involved something that we're not used to, something that we're not comfortable doing. So everybody thought, oh well, nah, shit, that ain't nothing. He's not gonna be the same. So can y'all take the work to not be the same, or are y'all gonna stay the same? But then once he realizes that he doesn't have y'all support and he reverts, he backtracks, and then ultimately makes the wrong decision to take his own life, then y'all be to sit up here and be the loudest, like, oh, why he didn't say he? You see how that works? That's the stupid ass cycle that we get caught in, not only as black men but as men. So if we can break that cycle, then we can start to mend the steps and take the steps to be better, not just as black men but as men every single fucking day. That's the reason why we had these conversations with y'all. This is why we can come up here and be vulnerable with y'all and tell y'all about our stories, about our past, about our present, about our future, and not care if we're judged, because we understand as a group within all of us that nobody here is going to judge us, and we don't care what the outside world has to say because the outside world hasn't put the work that this group has put in.
Yep, and I don't give a fuck if y'all talk about me or not. Fuck you. You ain't paying my bills anyway.
Fuck
so
you.
So we at that hour 37 mark of part one. So this is a good place for us to. We laid the foundation. I told you guys at the end of the month we're gonna bring the panel together. We are the objective is to have 8 to 9 of us on screen. It's gonna be a big panel type of situation. So y'all prepare yourselves for that. We got some more hard hitting questions that we're gonna hit y'all with. But we're gonna do that thing that we always do. DJ Michael B, drop the closing thoughts on us.
Yeah, first of all, my closing thoughts are gonna start like this. Moo, congratulations, because I had no idea until you announced it today.
The baby,
that you were expecting. So congrats on that. I am going to leave y'all with something that I've read over and over again over the past couple of weeks. It says, when a man says he is unsuccessful, it typically stems from deep-rooted feelings of inadequacy, burnout, or masculine insecurity. Depending on whether he's expressing this as a call for support or using it as a manipulative excuse, the best approach relies on clear communication. In other words, your friends are not opening up to you for you to be judgmental. They're opening up to you because they need help. And as a brother, do not ignore it. They are calling for help. That's what I'm gonna leave y'all with.
My boy let it all hang out, and I'm all the way with it. Moo, get them final thoughts for us. I don't know. I'm gonna picture doing something weird. All right. Anyway, while he's getting that stuff situated, I'll look out for your homeboys, man. That's the way I'm gonna start this. Look out for your partners. If these individuals, if these fellas is really and truly your boys, your brothers, your partners, whatever you call them, whatever descriptive word you want to call them, check on them, man. Call them. Pull up on them. Ask the hard questions. Don't just ask, you good? Are you okay? Like, ask the hard questions. Hey man, the last 2 weeks, man, you ain't been yourself, man. It's something just ain't right, man. Let's talk about it. Like, what you got going on? Like, let's break this down. Listen to that man. Let him get everything out. Don't judge it. Understand him. Appreciate him for confiding in you, because most men ain't got somebody they can just confide into like that. So if that man is doing that to you, that means you're trusted. So you got to protect that, because he clearly can't be vulnerable like that with nobody else, because he did it with you. So always look out for your boys, man. Always do your courtesy checks, man. I got a couple of partners, man. I don't see them all the time, but I call them. Hey man, it's been a minute since I heard from you, man. You good? Let me talk to you. Like, let me check on you. Like, you got to tap in. Fellas, you got to tap in. Tap in with your people. Closing thoughts, man.
Hey man, just want to let y'all know. Appreciate you, Micah. Appreciate you, Rod. I see you in the comments. Yeah, Moo is a true girl dad. I only got one boy, so I got working on 3 girls right now. So I'm a true girl dad. But I just came here to say, love yourself, man. Love yourself first. You feel me? Because you have to be able to love yourself before you're able to love anybody else. And I know a lot of people hear that and are like, oh yeah, no, I love myself. You really don't, because you really don't know yourself until you actually take the time to get to know yourself. So everybody put the work in, support your brothers, support your uncles, support your cousins, support your dad, support your sons, support men, because in a world that claims to hate men until they need us, it's that much more important for us to have each other's back, right? And like GQ said, tap in with your boys, tap in with your homies. Moo is a pull-up kind of nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. You feel me? If you're in my state, if you're in my city, my vicinity, and I ain't heard from you in a minute, oh yeah, you're gonna hear that knock at the door. You feel me?
That's me too.
What you doing? Bring your ass outside, nigga, because we gotta talk. You feel me? And I'm not, you feel me? Wait, I don't care what talk about. We gotta talk. You feel me? Like I say, after every show, stay high, stay fly, stay black, and y'all remember, baby, as kids say, we don't die, we multiply. I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.
You heard him. We love y'all, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate y'all, and we are out.
Motivation in you and inspire the world to do what you can. If you love it, then fuck it, get through it. Mumble mentality activated. I waited for so long. Get burdens, I've outwaited. When you see